Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is MrsTroubleshoot. Today I'm going to be doing a detailed video on the Show Hidden Objects cheat. With this cheat, you gain access to a ton of hidden items that you normally wouldn't be able to use. It's difficult to tell whether or not the cheat's been activated, so I'm just going to show you how really quick. So you'll want to select miscellaneous decorations, and as you can see, this is what it looks like before the cheat is activated. After that, you want to hit L1, L2, R1, R2 all at the same time, and you want to type in bb.showhiddenobjects, all one word. You do not need to worry about capitalization. You do not need to worry about typing on. Just type bb.showhiddenobjects, exactly like you see on screen. And then you'll want to go back to miscellaneous decorations. And when you open that menu, you'll start to see there's a lot of new quirky items that weren't there before. Depending on what packs you have, it will show certain items. So I have Dine Out, I have Get to Work. I believe we see some things from City Living in there. So it all depends on the packs that you have. I'm not sure why with that one cheat, when you enter it in, there's no indication that it's on. We don't get a message that says, hey, show hidden objects has been turned on like we do for other cheats. I don't know why. I think that's just a glitch for console. Nonetheless, this should be a really good way for you to find those items. I'm just showcasing a few of them. I believe items like these are ones that your sim can get for doing certain things. I don't really play the game. I just build, but some of these items in this menu are actually winnable in the game. If you play it and you do certain things, you'll get it. So, and then while these other items are just items that aren't ones that you can win in the game, they're just, I don't know how to explain it. They're just, maybe they're things that you'll see your sim hold for like a second and then they'll put it down. A good example of that is like a plunger. I was able to use the cheat to get a plunger and I started putting it in all my bathrooms. And in reality, the plunger is just something that the sim pulls out for a few seconds and then they put it like into an invisible pocket. So that's what this cheat reveals also. It's items like that. So as I was saying before, depending on what packs you have in your game, that will determine what hidden objects you get. So the ones that I'm deleting are from the base game. And then these little cards here are from Kids Room stuff. They have a game, like this virtual game they play, and they collect these cards for it. These eggs are from base game, so you can get access to these. Below that, I see photographs and pictures from Dine Out. Above that, more base game. So really use your imagination to see what you'd like to put into your game. Also, these paintings are all base game, so you use this cheat, you can get access to every single one of these paintings. I love these paintings. They're the main reason I use this cheat, to be honest. I tend to gravitate more towards the abstract looking ones, like the one in the top left, the one below that, the one in the top right. I try to avoid the galaxy ones. They're not really my thing so much, but I really love the green one as well. That one's coming up. Where is it? It's right there. Yeah, that's my absolute favorite one in the game. I love the pink one as well. So you really get access to a lot of cute stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and speed this part up because I'm just placing stuff on the wall. Also, you get these cute little postcard things. They have thumbtacks in them already, so you just get a corkboard and put them on the board. And here's a few more sort of galaxy themed ones. They have like a ton of galaxy themed ones. But yeah, either way, I don't really use those as much. I feel like I overuse the other ones though. So for PC, when you unlock this cheat, they can just search debug to bring up all their stuff. We can't do that. So I'm going to show you how to filter your search. You'll want to open the miscellaneous item menu, then press R2, and then select debug. If you do not see debug as an option, that means that you need to put the cheat in again. Sometimes if you switch between live mode and build mode, the cheat will deactivate that section. So you need to go and put the cheat in again, and then go press R2 and it should reappear. So that's only if you don't see debug on that menu, okay? So as you can see here, I'm just laying out a few more of the items that you get using this cheat. It all depends on what pack you have though, because that castle diorama, for example, is from Parenthood. Half the baby, half the bear is from Parenthood. That is from the Get to Work expansion pack. So it really depends on what packs you have. So just be mindful that you might not get some of these items because you don't have certain packs. Does that make sense? So next up are a few of my favorite items to use with this cheat. As you can see, I'm placing some liquid bottles there on the counter. And then in the bathroom, I love to place this spray bottle because I like to see or make it look like there's like cleaning supplies in the bathroom. I also like to use this next one as a type of shampoo or soap to put on the edge of a bathtub or shower, just like in real life. And yeah, so I really like to make them look as realistic as possible. If you watch my videos enough, you know that I like to do realistic builds, and this helps me do that. Something to note with using these items is you can't delete them or edit them or copy them sometimes, so make sure you do a delete test to see if you can use it in your game, because once it's there, it's kind of stuck. The plunger was one of my favorite items to use too, but for some reason it's this white square now and they don't let you use it, so that's sad. Next up, I want to warn you quick about using any items that you might think have food on it. So as soon as you place them, the food disappears, first of all, and these are some of the hardest items to get rid of. You cannot sell them. You cannot press triangle to sell them. You cannot delete them with the sledgehammer. It won't let you do it. If I were to switch into another mode and then go back into build mode, it would be stuck. So really make sure that you're doing delete tests with items to make sure you can get rid of them when you want, because if not, I think your sim is forced to get rid of it, and I think I've had some instances where even my sim can't get rid of it and it's just stuck there and I have to like bulldoze the whole lot. So be careful about placing this stuff. I also like to place like this remote in my worlds to make them look nice. It looks so realistic. I love using the remote. It doesn't cause any issues or block any areas for my sims. Everything's still usable. So just keep that in mind. Whatever you're placing, make sure it's not blocking any access for your sims. Make sure you're not placing a bunch of food and drink items. Like that picture, for example, looks nice, but if you leave it out long enough, it will start to have this like smelly haze on it. It'll turn green, like dirty dishes do. So unfortunately, you can't use certain hidden objects because they'll go bad and your sim might not have access to it to wash it, but they will complain about it being smelly or stinky. So there's been some times when I try to use like dishes to like put them on shelves in restaurants and then they just go bad, and so it doesn't look as nice. I wish we could use them as decoration, you know. Another thing worth noting with this cheat is, unlike PC, all of our items don't show up even when we put the debug filter in our menu. They still don't all show up for us. So you need to type in things individually with the debug filter to get them to show up. So what I mean by that is you bring up the debug filter like I taught you earlier, and then you go into the search bar and you type in a word like, let's say I want to bring up the remote control to put in my living room. I type in remote. When I type in remote, it'll show me all the remotes. In this case, I typed in block. When I typed in block, I got these like Lego looking blocks. I got these blocks that look like they're for infants trying to learn. So something like that, you know. I think for the bottles, I just typed in bottle. For the magnifying glass and the glass pitcher and the glass drinks and whatnot, I just typed in the word glass. For this one, I wanted to show you what the pots and pans look like, so I typed in pot. And then next, I will be typing in pan. But again, I warn you, if you use these, and I had to learn the hard way, they'll go bad and they'll start to have smelly haze. Some packs, I believe, have these type of clutter items. I think it's Outdoor Retreat, which is one of the reasons I want to get it. I know, silly, right? Just for the clutter items, but I really would like to have access to that type of stuff without it going bad. Or I wonder if there's like maybe a cheat that can prevent them from going bad. I don't know. I haven't looked that far into it, but I just really wish, like, look at that muffin pan. Like, look at all these pans and stuff you can't really use for a long time because they will go bad. I haven't tested every single one of them, but I've had enough experience with other dish items going bad that I kind of stray away from all of them. And I just think it's a lot of missed opportunities. If we could use those, I think it would make the gameplay a whole lot better. And just kind of have fun with it. Figure out what you could discover in your game. Maybe you want to type in, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what words I've tried before. I think I've tried cake before. Milk. I've tried milk, and you get like a milk, not a milk carton, but you get like a milk bottle, a glass that has milk in it. But usually when you select stuff, it disappears. So just keep that in mind. The milk in the actual cup will disappear. The cake on the platter will disappear. Oh, speaking of milk, here is milk. What else have I tried? I've tried spray. I don't think that brought up anything. If I typed in project, it would bring up all the kids' school projects from Parenthood. Poker. This is actually a fire poker that Sims take out of their invisible pocket and use for a little bit in the fireplace, and then they put it away. I was just trying to test it to see if I could use it to like build something cool, you know? Maybe this could be a beam I use for a build one day. I think you also get like a violin instrument if you search certain things. Homework, searching homework didn't break up anything for me. Fire, searching fire brought up a few interesting items. So it's all about figuring out what you think you might be able to use in your game for whatever reason and seeing if you have access to it. For the fire poker, I just saw my sim take that out and start poking the fire, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's an item we can access. If you see your sim take something out and use it for a few seconds and put it away in their invisible pocket, it's probably something that you can use with the Show Hidden Objects cheat. As you can see, here's what pops up for me when I type in fire. I think that's like a lighter stick or something like that. This is something I believe you put food on and turn over a fire. And I think there's even, yeah, I found a lighter in this game once. So really figure out what it is you'd like to use in your game and test it out. Alright, so last but not least, I want to show you unknown. So when you type in unknown, it brings up so many items. Right here, you can see me bringing out a few. A lot of different things you could use it for. This is basically everything in your debug menu called unknown. I think that's like a spatula thing. That's a piece of an apple. Something you might not want to use because what? It will go bad. Plates, spoons, glasses, glasses as in water glasses. I think that's an ice cube. Yep, that is literally an ice cube. I don't know if those go bad or not, or if they melt or anything like that. A disembodied head? Like, what's that about? Have some perfume. You could really make it anything you want, honestly. If you want it to be shampoo one day, it could be shampoo. If you want it to be a bottle one day, it can be a bottle. If you want it to be nail polish, it can be nail polish. Just really use your imagination. Apparently, I decided to bring this into the kitchen. I don't think this is a bottle I've seen before, actually. I'm so used to using those three. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, well, maybe it could fit in the kitchen. Now, I found a broom. I'm really excited to find more household items since my plunger has been taken away. But this turned out to be not very helpful. This one was kind of interesting. It's like a man-made pond, you know? And you place it, if you try to make it smaller though, it looks really warped and weird. So if you place that item, make sure to leave it the exact same size that it is originally. I'm just going to speed this part up a little more so you can see a bit faster all of the items that are here in this section. Here are some simoleons. Look how beautifully rendered that is. That is perfect. It doesn't look blotchy. It doesn't look blocky either. Very, very nice. Here's an iPad. And okay, it's not an iPad, but it's like a tablet that the Sims use in game. The weird thing about the tablet, once you place it, is it keeps moving on its own. So the animations on the iPad, as if a Sim is searching the web, keep moving on their own. I thought that was kind of weird. So for this section, I kind of wanted to show you what the brick looked like. This is an item in the game that you can use to make your gardens look more realistic and your driveways. So this technique I'm about to show you, I actually learned here on YouTube from a Sims player who plays on PC. She goes by the name of Kate Emerald. She did a tutorial about how to make round flower beds. If you haven't checked out her channel already, she has amazing builds and even more amazing tutorials. You should really check her out. I'll actually have the link for this specific video in the description, but I just wanted to show you quick that you can use this method to make realistic looking flower beds for your homes by using terrain paint to get that brown soil color, and then choosing a flower or bush that you want to place in the center. And then you want to take those brick-like items and shape them around the terrain paint you just sprayed down. Keep in mind you cannot use the copy tool to make a bunch of these. You have to place them all individually and then shape it up afterwards. So as you can see, I placed a whole bunch of them so I could just grab them and place them when I needed. And then I had to go back into Unknown to grab one more brick. And you know, just shape it how you'd like. She's actually way better at shaping hers. I still have some practicing to do. But yeah, you should definitely look into doing this because I think it really adds character to a build and makes it that much more realistic and cute. Okay, so last but not least, I just wanted to show you some of the lights you have access to with this sheet. Here are some rectangular ones, square ones, and even some oval ones. Basically all you need to do is search lights to bring them up, and they're lights that you can hide in the game once you switch to live mode. Unlike the saucer light that you see on the ceiling, that can be pretty annoying, especially when it comes to screenshots and stuff like that. Maybe you don't want these lights showing up in your shot, so these are a great option to use if you don't want to necessarily see your lights during gameplay or while you're taking screenshots. They lay up against walls, they go all the way up into the ceiling. I do find that using the ones that point the light downward, you have to place a bunch of them to get proper lighting, but the ones that lay against the wall seem to light pretty well. And it's an item I enjoy using frequently. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helped you find some items that you're interested in using in your own game. I hope that if you didn't realize you could do this, Now you realize it. I hope you're able to go and check out Kate Emerald's channel as well, where she has some tutorials that I think are really helpful and really detailed. With all of that being said, I want to thank you again so much for watching this video and coming to my channel, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!